What is up, guys? Welcome to a different video, straying away a little bit from the season mod videos we have been doing, but this time we are still running the season mod 1.8, which is just gone out now, so by the time this comes up you're able to go download it. I'll leave a link in the description for the season mod and also the mod that we're showing off here a little bit today. From the thumbnail you can probably guess it is a heads-up display, overlay, graphic, whatever you want to call it. They're all basically the same thing, but this one is very unique. So obviously with the T-Cam that we see in real F1 on the TV, they have an overlay graphic that goes over the halo, acts kind of like a speedometer for us to see. Now shout out to Fodi who has made this. It's not brand new, it's come out a little while ago, but I figured I'd actually give it a go and see how it works. I was a bit skeptical at first because it's using SimHub. I've used that before and I had a few issues trying to get the rev limiter and all that on my phone, which is an awesome feature, but I couldn't get it to work. I probably should try it now because I might be able to actually get it to work this time. But it's a fantastic mod and it's so good, it's really accurate as well. So we're going to jump into the race and you can see it here. Bang. How awesome does that look? It works perfectly as well. Like you'll see throughout this race and then as we go through, perfect. Like the speedometer works, throttle, brake, all that stuff, the RPM works and everything like that. Now again, I was very skeptical about this, and the fact of these kind of things usually take up a lot of memory. Now there's an ARG HUD who was designed by Alex, who does the normal speedometer, the little circle one that goes in the corner, just as like a normal speedo. I helped with that, but I found that when I was using it I was dropping a lot of frame rates, that's the word I was looking for. But this one, I'd say it's a lot more detailed in a sense that there's a lot more going on with this. It's not accessing any more data per se, it's just broadcasted in a bigger, brighter way in a sense, if you follow me on that one. But I was actually quite surprised because I expected it to be absolutely murdering my PC, and surprisingly, you know, it worked straight out the gate. Like, it was a bit difficult, as you can see, it's probably not matched up perfectly to the halo. That's just down to my camera settings. I had about a lap's worth to try and get the camera settings in and move the halo around, but apart from that, it works so well. As you can probably see, I've taken off the rev limiter down in the bottom right. Now that means to check the ERS I have to rely on the dashboard that's in the cockpit, and seeing as, you know, this is the Williams chassis, then, you know, it's not great. But at the same token, you know, you have to pay a lot more attention. You actually have to think about everything that's going on. So obviously you've got this up, but you know, it's just one of those things, to be fair. Like, you can't really go wrong in a sense. Like, he's absolutely smashed it. I'll leave the link to this in the description, like I said, just so if you guys wanted to try this out, you could try it out. It's so awesome. There's another one that I downloaded and tried out before this, and it was the 04 to 08 speedometer, which is, if you guys remember, some of you may not, who came into F1 and started watching it a little bit later on than that, was basically a little round one, and at the bottom it's got like think of it as like a lowercase g, and the rev limiter goes all the way up from the bottom of the G up to the main circle, and obviously you've got your gears and, you know, all that good stuff. So that one worked really well. I'll probably make a video on that one in a few days maybe or so. It's going to be difficult to try and get a good gameplay because having it on the classic cars, it kind of sucks to a certain degree because obviously the difference in performance with all the cars, so that's not ideal. But as you can see, we're driving in the Ferrari, and if you have a little look, it's actually matte red as well, and which is pretty cool. It took a while to get that figured out, and if you're wondering why I just completely miffed the braking point there, it's because I did get some damage coming into the first chicane on the first lap with Grosjean. Did take a bit of my front wing off, a little bit of a chunk, I believe, so it's very difficult to slow this car down. With the new downforce performances that I have on these cars, it's a little bit more tricky, to say the least. But I'll go off the track a few times and stuff like that, just trying to get used to the car. It's a little bit all over the place at the moment, but going back to what I said about the ERS management, later on towards the end of the video on the last lap, I do struggle a little bit with managing that because obviously it's not there anymore. You know, I haven't got it straight in my view, so I have to look at the dashboard every now and again and obviously getting used to the gear changes as well. You don't have like a little flashing red light in the bottom right now. You just got you just have to kind of base off the engine noise. Once you get used to that, it's not too bad. And like I think it's like lap 4, I started to get a lot more confident with it, and obviously then we charged forward a little bit. But back to the Ferrari. In those recent mod, you can probably see that there's no more mission winner on the car, on the helmets or anything like that. I've had to revert that as a very, very late dive mod, but just for the fact of it's gone, and this will be what's run in Australia. So for now, at the very least, there's no mission winner on the car, but hence the steering wheel as well. The steering wheel's been changed a little bit. There's still a little bit of glare, only on the night races, but on the day races, you know, it's perfectly fine. You can't see it, it's all black, rather than having the awful grey that was there before. So that's a nice little tweak. Alfa Romeo's in this now as well. We went past that at the early beginning. There's a lot of issues with that at the moment per se. There's a few bugs that I can't work out, that I can't physically change or do anything with, so we're going to have to wait on a video for that, just to explain that a little bit and go in a bit more in depth about that car. But yeah, all 10 teams liveries are now in the game, which is nice to see. I ain't got to really worry about the liveries. It's just the extra stuff, you know, like the overalls, and once all of that's done, then I can look towards, you know, the tracks, the garages and all that other fun stuff. But hopefully I ain't got to worry about that just yet. I'll probably wait till after the first race to update that and the performance. So obviously at the moment we've got a McLaren ahead of us, then the Renault. Renault's where it's supposed to be. The McLaren I feel is a bit too strong. This was based on testing 1. Wasn't intentional to put the McLaren having this much pace, but obviously then it comes down to obviously what happens during the case of the Grand Prix. But the top 3 teams out in front, obviously quite a big gap to Carlos Sainz. It's there or thereabouts. Red Bull again is probably a little bit too strong at the moment, but we'll have to see how that goes. We could turn up in Australia and Red Bull, you know, they could smash out the box. So probably not going to change the performance until after Australia. Maybe I'll tweak it a little bit just to nerf and buff some of the cars, just to you know, try and find a good balance and see how that goes. You can see now I'm starting to fiddle around with the ERS and the fuel, just because I'm a little bit low on fuel, and the ERS, if you look at the dashboard, it's not great. It's not ideal, but I was just blown away at how well this works and how good it actually is. Performed better than I thought it would. So again, shout out to Fodi. Probably not pronouncing his name right, to be honest with you, but he did do a smashing job with this, and you guys should try it out. Whether you use it all the time, myself, I'm not sure if I'm going to use it all the time yet. That's going to be up for debate. Probably, it's a difficult one, because obviously I reckon you can run it in certain videos. Running it in every single video, I reckon, would probably be a bit difficult. I don't know, it's up to you guys. Let me know in the comments below if you think I should use this for majority of the videos, or just, you know, videos here and there, rather than running it you know, every single race. Obviously it would take some time to get used to, for sure, but yeah, feel free to let me know. Anything else in terms of the season mod, that's coming along nicely. We just had our 10th update, but starting to get frustrating with some of the people coming back with silly questions and silly answers. But nonetheless, we've also got a brand new helmet sorted out for when I do the career mode, which shouldn't be too long now, because we're getting everything's pretty much getting in place for me to be able to start recording that. But haven't decided if I'm going to use the wheel or the pad for that. Haven't used the wheel and everything that's going on at the moment. IRL, it's a bit difficult to get time to do such as that, but you know, we're not making too many changes to this now. It's more or less, I say, done in a sense. It's just little tweaks here and there need to be done, few updates and stuff like that. The UI is probably one of the most annoying things. Trying to get that perfect is one thing that's really bugging me. We've got a bug with the faces as well, which is why I haven't shown the grid at the moment, because I haven't changed that. But we'll get to that at some point in a space of time eventually. It's just working out all the bugs, working out all the kinks. Obviously having stuff like this, you know, kind of motivates you to want to do something a little bit different, a little bit special. You know, a nice little new toy in a sense, where the game's been out for a while now, new season starting, and just have to see how it goes. But the one thing I will say about this is that it's very handy that the second that you finish you cross the line, if you're coming out of the garage or going into the garage, it disappears, so it's not on the screen the entire time. So say you're a content creator and you're doing a career mode, you don't want to have that halo thing just sitting there where you're trying to read your emails or something like that, which could be really frustrating. So that's another good thing, it just disappears. So again, blown away by this. The 0408 one shouldn't be too long till that comes out. That'll be pretty cool. I might try and run it with the Ferrari, because I haven't done one with the Ferrari yet, either that or the Williams. I haven't driven that car full stop, to be honest with you. So, but that's been it for this video, guys. Gasly wins, which is you never know, we could see Gasly win in Australia. That's a possibility, I suppose. It's not out of the realms of imagination. But I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. That's been it for me. See you in the next video, and until then, guys, take care. Bye bye.